Shalom and welcome back to the Torah Targum game. There is a certain teaching that I just heard to do that, but I think we'll begin at the beginning. And so to demonstrate, you could follow the objectives and we'll delete the extra titles and the improper titles even, because the ones that are in the brackets and the ones that you see here are the proper titles of the parshiot portions, as would probably the source and would be translated as. So do one verse and then with the Targum immediately, so someone who's watching right now can just go and begin to play. You don't have to watch the rest of this video essentially. So you break it up by the Pesukim. This signifies the end of the verse, and then every verse, essentially, the Tanakh symbol is you break it in half, breaks the verse in half, and it still looks like a very long sentence, so you could still break them down by the different phrases, the different te'amim, the punctuations, tunes, text, pauses, breaks, connections of the text, and usually logical bits of information. Sorry about that. So yeah, usually logical bits of information. So ויהי בשלח פרעה את העם. ויהי, as we said, wayehii is a language that the sages explain that it's not necessarily only in a bad thing. ויהי, it's a language of distress, and ויהי, not only distress, but ויהי is like an amazing event or occurrence. So if it's said by a not good event, then there is no not good like it. If it's said by a good event, then there is no good like it. So here it is mixed, I guess, for both sides. For Paro and Has v'Shalom, it's not good. For Am Yisrael, there is no greater good than being freed now from being slaves in Mitzrayim. So why he is this amazing occurrence. And what was that? Beshalach Paro et ha'am. When Pharaoh, finally let go of holding back Am Yisrael. So during the sending of Paro et ha'am, along with the nation, ha'am here is used. V'lo nacham Elohim derech eretz plishtim ki karovu. V'lo nacham Elohim, and Hashem didn't place them gently. Nacham is like to gently show and place the way. Derech, the path, eretz plishtim. Hashem didn't want to send Am Yisrael to this path where Eretz Pelishtim, the land of Pelishtim, Ki Karovu, because I think the sages transmit that this means that they were very similar in their actions to Mitzrayim, and so the whole point is that Hashem doesn't want them to go to a place that resembles the place they just left. And so Hashem did not want to send them towards this land and guided them a different way. Ki amar Elohim, for Hashem said, because Hashem said, Pen yinahem ha'am. Yinahem is to change your mind, essentially. Nechama is to change your perspective in your mind, I think is the definition that I heard from Reb Moshe Shapira, Zatzal, and right, and maybe others as well, but of course. So Pen Yinachem Ha'am, not of course. Pen Yinachem Ha'am Birotam Milchama V'Shavo Mitzrayma. Lest the nation will change their mind. Will change their mind. Who? the nation. That's how it's properly translated, because it's again showing that this word is for our benefit. Like someone who's following the story or understands doesn't need such explanation or whatever it is. But thank God we have it. Pen yinachem ha'am, not but thank thank God that we have it. Pen yinachem ha'am birotam milchama v'shavu mitzrayma. When they see war, I guess derech eretz plishtim means pen yinachem, they'll change the mind that the nation that Hashem is now bringing out of Mitzrayim, bir otham, as they see milhama, as they see war. Okay, so this was actually kind of a long pasuk, and so now just to turn on the Targum, I'm gonna go forward. Vihehi, so AHAVA, or if you didn't want to space out the whole thing, you could break it to the next line and just center this word. Of course that would happen. It's truly amazing. Okay, so I guess pressing the tab is a good option to just push the text to the word. Okay, kad shalach, beshalach. So it's ka'asher shalach. Kad is ka'asher. The dalet is asher, and the ka is like. So ka'asher, like when. Kad is really when, I'm sorry. It's when sent Paro yat ama, along with the nation. So et is a word that doesn't translate into any other language, which is astonishing, of course, like shocking. An entire word, and arguably the most important word in the Torah, if you could say such a thing, because it appears, this is from Aleph till Tav, as the Gra teaches, Rab Samir Cohen, Rabbi Shlita, Hashem Shemei B'Chayo, Rab's entire family, Rabbi Moshe Shapiro Zatzal, Rabbi Ari Kaplan Zatzal. Et might be the most important word in the name of the Gra, in the name of the Gaon Rabbeinu Eliyahu. And so et is along with ha'am, as Rabbi Moshe Yazgir Shlita said, like highlighting. It's like, it's not just the nation, it's something with and along the nation. Et again might be the more important word here. And again, it's only explained in the Torah Sheba'al Peh. So velo nacham, the Targum is velo dabarinun, and Hashem. Also, the color is something that's for a later aspect. That initially we just begin by lining up the Targum to the Torah, so you don't have to worry about colors in the meantime. If you check the objectives list, Hashem's name in the Targum, at least in the Torah, for now, is with 3 yuds. So this is the name for the Shem HaMeforash, the Yud and then the He and then the Vav and then the He. This is the 3 Yuds that line up perfectly. You'll see why. So here the Shem Elokim is used, so the color just highlights it. So Nacham is Dabrinun, is possibly in Russian, Dabroz, is kindness. It's guiding Am Yisrael right now. Velo Nacham Elohim, he didn't, Hashem is one, Hashem did not guide them next to this path. Derech is a public road. Targum is Orach, which is a private road, as the Gra explains. Sefer Mishlei. Eretz Pelishtim, the land of the Pelishtim. And where is this land? Who are the Pelishtim? That's, I don't know. That's Avimelech, that's Yerushalayim, right? Avimelech, Melech, Pelishtim. This is in Eretz. So why all of a sudden not Eretz Canaan? Is it not Canaan anymore? The land of Canaan? I don't know. But Ki Karov Hu, Orach Ara Pelishtae, Are Karivahu, because it is close. Karov. Karov is the source of the word Korban. which is to bring close, as opposed to, as Rabbi Schwab Shlita points out, Rabbi Yosef Chaim Schwab Shlita, the TorahAnytime.org, that he teaches, as opposed to English, sacrifice, which means to give something up, as if like you're losing. Karov is korban, is coming close, although we still don't understand the concepts, maybe, of korbanot. Obviously, could be, of course, probably the deepest parts of the Torah, the concepts of connecting, using this world to connect to Hashem, essentially, even, or elevate this world to Hashem, however best to phrase it. Again, I don't know what is the proper definition. So, ויהי בשלח פרעה ולא נחם דרך ארץ פלישתים כי קרוב הוא. כי אמר אלוהים פן ינחם העם. Dilma, as some rabbi pointed out outside the Aguda one time at night, I have the Rav's name in my notes, but he's told me dilemma. Dilma is maybe, you don't know, you're in a dilemma. That's dilma, literally. That's, you don't even have to bend it that much. That word is almost the same sounding word. Dilemma. Pen yinachem ha'am birotam milchama. It will be a dilemma lest they yizu'un is to tremble, but obviously with that extra nun, yizu'un, and you could, from the lesson on the Aleph Bet that the kids teach us, Zahastan, so you recognize the Zayin and Ayin together, Zah, to tremble. So Yezu'un, that they will tremble. Here is Yinachem is translated as trembling. Here Nacham is translated as Dabrinun. Both of these are actually not even Nechama, which is what I thought that translating it initially. So Pen Yinachem ha'am birotam milchama, lest they get scared when they see war. I guess what is that teaching us? That there's just perpetual war there, or something like that. Okay. Veshavu mitzrayma v'yithuvun, and here it is in plural. V'yishuvu, v'shavu, v'yishuvun. Right, and this is because it flips. This vav hahipuch shavu is they sat in the past. But here it flips it to the future. Yeshuvun. They're going to go back. It's as if they're there already, essentially. Hagon Rav Zamir Cohen Shlita via Rugat Habosim. From this concept of like, why not write Veyashuvu Mitzrayma? Or the Targum always flips it to how we would normally say things. Because here it's, this word shavu is a past tense. Shavu means they already went back. Beshavu means they will go back in the future. The vav flips a word that's conjugated in the past to the future. So why say it like that as opposed to saying it in the future conjugated way? Yashuvu. And as the Targum highlights. So b'mechzehon, also lechazot. Birotam is b'mechzehon, when they see or think or contemplate. I don't know. We're going by the Targum or by the Torah. I think it's, you go by the Targum, the Torah Shebal Peh. That, not that, God forbid, they contradict, but they're teaching us exactly what they need to. Together, Targum, Torah and Targum, Ezer Kenegdo, challenges the Torah word, explains in an area that explains words, that breaks the words down that we wouldn't understand, or are like anomaly words, and this is the word that should really be there. And many other things, of course. The Targum is the keys to unlocking the Aramaic Talmuds, the most amazing information, also completely lost in translation into any other language. I was reading an English translated thing, and of course from like dark sources, some occult sites on the web of like some PhD professors, translating the Talmud. And I saw this whole PDF. First of all, it begins with Shabbat. They skipped brachot. out of the entire Talmud. They just jumped right into Shabbat, and possibly for this reason, because the opening of Masechet Shabbat has potential for people to misunderstand, especially if people are being dishonest with the translation and changing the word entirely, translating Baal Habayit, which is the owner of the house, as like a master, and translating Ani, a poor person, as a slave. So as if to say that, look what Am Yisrael is discussing, the oppression of people, right away. Like, unbelievable that you could call that a PhD in evil BS, an evil, disgusting BS. And it's no different than what the serpent did. The serpent, life and death is in the hands of the tongue, lying to somebody, lying to people, and destroying someone's name and reputation. Destroying their name and reputation by making it seem like you're this individual with a PhD and you're smart and honest. I guess the honest part is not what you get the PhD for. It's just if you know the information. You don't have to be honest, I guess, to get the PhD. So you translate a document, claim this is what those people are saying. This is what those people are saying. And people read what you wrote and depend completely on what you wrote, because no one knows how to read Aramaic. Few, obviously, not amongst their circles. No one knows how to read Aramaic, of course. And God forbid, now they've destroyed the entire people, teaching the internet on any occult sites, on any of these practices, whatever sites, that this is what those people are discussing. Of course we should hate them. Who wouldn't hate people who are secretly planning to, God forbid, subjugate humanity? God forbid these evil attacks. And just, it's the most ridiculous concept. Sorry, that was really on my mind. I had to really say that. Okay. Pen yinachem ha'am birotam milchama v'shavu Mitzrayim. And then they'll go back to Mitzrayim and Matrix. If you read it, matrix, like Mitzrayim without the nekudot. Matrix. It's Mitzrayim is the matrix. Yetziat Mitzrayim is leaving, being taken out of the matrix. Obviously, you can't unplug yourself. You need somebody on the other side to be able to bring you back, to take you out of where you've fallen into, to lift you back up. And so this is Yetziat Mitzrayim. So anybody, sorry for that rant, but anybody who can go ahead and continue onward, and we'll continue onward as well. So if you're here with us, then we're going to continue to break down the Torah text and make space for the Targum, and then line everything up and then color code it. And like this, you will enjoy the real experience, the initial experience of receiving the Torah. And then from here, once you learn the Aramaic, you'll unlock the entire Talmuds and be on your way to really learning and understanding the entire Torah, which is the most amazing thing on earth, the one that is tried to be stopped. And anybody who wants to understand why, just simply read Tanakh. Understand what it means to have a living prophet on earth, what kind of power that is, what governments would do on earth who fear what it means to have a prophet of Hashem, the infinite being, standing on earth, what that means, what kind of benefit that is. Read what Yosef did, for example. All the prophets, what Moshe was, Eliyahu, Elisha. Just read Tanakh. in the original with Targum, because Tanakh is deeper and deeper as you progress, and the deeper it is, the more cryptic the words, the more Targum there is saying those words explicitly. Stated clearly and in detail, leaving no room for confusion or doubt, the New Oxford American Dictionary. So, we're going to continue now, B'ezrat Hashem. Thank you for tuning in for the first half. And, yeah, thank you very much. All right. So, as we said, we're going to continue by making space and breaking down the verses. So you could, if you already see the Etnachta, you could start to do it there even as well. So you just find out your comfort level, speed, and obviously you get quicker as you do it, and like that. But also we're going to be improving this font, and if you like a different Torah font, we have that available, that we funded the whole project, and thank God. And this is the font that we put out, that is just based on Mechon Melechet Shamayim, Baruch Hashem, Shlita Hashem Yishmerem V'Chayehem. The most accurate symbols of Ktav Ashurit. Ki hashbeya hashbiat b'nei Yisrael lemor. Pakod yifkod Elohim etchem, ve'elitem et atzmotai mize itchem. Okay. Vayisav Elohim et ha'am derech hamidbar yam suf. Hashem is leading them. Millions of people are walking, leaving, bringing all the wealth of Egypt essentially with them out of. And not because, God forbid, for any, as I said that with the previous topic, for any stereotypes about money-hungry people. Has v'shalom. All of that was the material that was going to be used to build the temple for Hashem on earth. So, God forbid, it's... Again, anyone who accuses someone, I don't know who said this, but they're a sage, I'm sure, or whatever. If not a sage, then this is a statement is just extremely smart. Whoever points the finger has three fingers pointing back at them. So we're trying to just learn Torah and to teach it to humanity and to ensure its accuracy and to ensure that nothing is censored, to ensure that it appears as it was given at Har Sinai, to ensure that people who are truly searching for the answers and truly searching for the truth, literally, because that is from Aleph till the Mem till the Tav, Emet is truth. The first symbol of the alphabet, the middle symbol of the alphabet, and the last futuristic sign symbol picture of the alphabet. And basically, Emet, truth. Emet is truth. The alphabet, in their true forms, is depicting truths or facts of life that it's not a matter of belief. It's not a matter of faith. It's not a matter of we hope. It's not a matter of I wish. It's not a matter of all of these things. It's just the symbols simply depict exactly what they depict, as the kids teach us on a basic level, and collectively and obviously depict many different things together. A symbol, these futuristic sign symbols, and the sages call them pictures. We have to understand each one, and then we'll be able to break words down, understand the definition of words exactly, and begin to understand how precise Hashem is communicating to us right now and teaching us all of the things that we need to understand here. And just to be aware of the slight changes of things and be able to then notice it and ask, why is that different? Why is it not like this? This is how we would expect it to be here, and that's how it is here. So what now is happening? Okay. Okay. So, okay. Vayisav Elohim. Well, we're going to go more in depth with the Targum, I guess. So I didn't want to do the whole thing right now and then to do it again. I think that was what I did the last video. I was rewatching it. So okay, so I'm sorry, just the prakim also are to be deleted. They are not our breaks, God forbid. They're meaningless inserts. And we have what's called Sidrei HaTorah, which you could download in the manuscript section. There'll be many more manuscripts. If I see that everybody, if I see just more activity, I'll rush to do it. But there will be more eventually manuscripts. Let me know if whatever it is. But okay, so just to continue. Well, just to not sit in silence, I guess, just to give a general overview. But then, once we line up the Targum, we'll really properly explain and break things down and everything like that. So Hashem is going to take them now in a roundabout way. And it was a mistake, first of all, just entering this topic. Am Yisrael didn't wander in the desert. Like, whoever translated the word wander or coined that phrase, they weren't wandering. People today get lost with a GPS on their phone, okay? And they are with the prophets of God. They're with Hashem, like guiding them, as this verse says. So, obviously not wandering. Again, just what a foolish statement. And not only that, but I'm sure the people who say they were wandering are literally imagining just a bunch of people, seeing like a big crowd just walking through sand. That is not at all how any of this looked like. But again, God forbid, people stole, it's not even a half, they stole like a fraction of what the Torah is, translating the written Torah, forcing the translation because the written Torah is impossible to read because it does. On a real scroll, there are no vowels and ta'amim, all these symbols that were made by the prophets and added at a later time to ensure that, to make it easier to learn Torah. But these symbols are not allowed to be scribed on an authentic written Torah scroll, and so it's impossible to read. And anyone knows the concepts of Kriyan Ktiv, written one way and read another, already understands how impossible it is to read the Torah correctly without the sages who transmit from the prophets every vowel point, every sign, symbol. Also, these things are to be studied and are extremely deep as well. Sorry about that. Yeah, and the hitting the table with the mic on it. Hope that wasn't like a loud sound. So, Sav is the Samech, the circle. Vayisav Elohim et ha'am, that he circled them into the Hamidbar, the desert, to Yam Suf, the Sea of Suf, which is, what is that referring to? I'm not sure. V'chamushim alu b'nei Yisrael meretz Mitzrayim. Chamushim, I don't even know how to properly translate this word. We'll see what the Targum is. I think it means like ready for. Chamushim is like all strapped, like ready, have your gear in hand, ready to go, essentially. So, Vayikach Moshe et atzmot Yosef imo. So Moshe is et atzmot Yosef, along with the bones of Yosef, as translated, atzmot Yosef imo. Why? Ki hashbeya hishbiya, because Yosef made us promise and swore for us as if et b'nei Israel. Right. Et here is showing the direction that he did that to b'nei Israel. He made them swore in their name, saying, Pakod yifkod Elohim etchem. Pakod yifkod, double language. I don't know what it means at the moment, and I don't even know how to properly translate. Pakod is to command. It was translated. What's the difference between yitzaveh? Pakod here is used to free also. So what is this? There's so many words for these kinds of things. So what's the difference between all of them? So we'll see what the Targum transmits. What is the Targum of these words? Not the right. So ve'elitem et atzmothai mize itchem, and you will then lift my bones mize itchem, my bones from here, and bring them with you, bury them in Eretz Yisrael, where Yosef is buried till this very day. Vayis'u misukot, and they went misukot, from a place that is now called Sukkot. Because as soon as Am Yisrael left and crossed the ocean and saw what they saw, Hashem then sealing shut the entire ocean while having all of Egypt essentially, except the women, right? I think just the warriors, or if there were women as well, of course, or whatever it is, God forbid, whatever. It's a horrible event that there was no song during this, because the goal is not to kill people. It's a sad thing when anyone has to die, especially dying wicked is a truly terrifying consequence, because God forbid, anyone who knows the topic, that the afterlife, your soul, you immediately are responsible for all of your actions. God forbid. It's truly terrifying. That's obviously you want to do, not even just to not get punished. You want to do good because obviously it's an amazing thing to help and to be united like that. But again, it was a sad event that occurred here. The song was said afterwards, not during. As Shlomo says, "Binfol oivecha al tismach." When your enemy falls, or in the downfall of your enemy, do not rejoice and feel good, or in a way, you don't be happy it had to come to this, essentially. It's not a good place for things to end up like this. But it's people always, and it's not people who simply mess up, because messing up is natural and part of growing and part of everything. It teaches you. It's not the messing up that is what exact people imagine, God just sends down a lightning beam and zaps you. God forbid. This pagan mythology, whatever this is, God forbid. This angry, psychotic God, old or young bearded dude in the sky, God forbid. So it's not you do something and that's what Hashem will do, God forbid. As parents, a kid breaks a plate accidentally, they're not going to kill their kid, they're not going to beat their kid, God forbid. Obviously, we're speaking about sane, wonderful, good, the best parents that we all imagine or are blessed to have, and everything like that. So, and if not, then we could be those parents that we did not have, as I was taught. Okay, and so thank God, bless my parents. Now, of course, I am extremely fortunate, of course, to not, God forbid, give any wrong impressions here. That's again the nature of Targum. You have to say everything so you ensure that everyone's understanding exactly, and no one's misunderstanding the words literally that I'm saying. So what seals the deal is messing up and then not caring to fix, or not wanting to fix, or doing things even worse. And that could be a result of, again, there's no discipline. Which, again, the sages warn by David HaMelech that he never saddened his son, as said. He never. And after that, his different sons, wanted to then kill him after. God forbid, or however it works out like that. It's just because whatever it is. But you need the discipline as well. But whatever it is, what seals the deal is people who do evil and then are warned and spit in the face and do, obviously just act disgusting. That is when that is when is the deal sealed. Not messing up. Not messing up several times. And just obviously being honest and sincere with God. Like, obviously Hashem knows everything. But what seals the deal is always just the disrespect and the utter like, not just disrespect one time. Again, that could be the messing up one time. But just, like, I guess we know what we're truly saying. Like, the worst kind of spitting in the face of everyone and doing such evils to people, thinking that there's no consequence and you could rob people. You could walk into a store with a gun and point it at innocent people, or in the name of any religion, convert or die, God forbid, these kinds of concepts. God forbid. Has v'shalom. And so, again, people have to be aware of that Hashem, the infinite being, is real. Not any monster god that we're taught from any other religions or any other disgusting ideas that destroy true happiness and destroy God's name and reputation on earth. The real God. God forbid. It's just a tragedy. But B'ezrat Hashem, again, coming back to the alphabet, coming back to all this, we'll see. So, at this point in time, Am Yisrael is now leaving, and Pakod yifkod Elohim etchem will save. For right now, we'll translate as save, but we have to see what it really means. V'helitem, and you will lift up et atzmotai, again, along with my bones. I guess my body, like, I don't understand why it's being referred to as bones. Also, if he was mummified, God forbid, or whatever, it's horrible. I don't know. Then it shouldn't be bones. It should be the whole body. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Why just the bones? And also what the Midrash teaches is that Paro knew that Yosef wanted to be lifted out of Egypt. And he said, "You're not leaving Egypt until you lift me out. This is I'm making a promise." And so Paro threw the sarcophagus of Yosef into the Nile River, and Moshe had to go around and try to find this sarcophagus, and it was he put stones on it so it doesn't float up. But I think Hashem made a miracle, sent the angels, whatever it was. I have to see exactly. But that's essentially, then he lifted out the sarcophagus of Yosef, the bones of Yosef, or the body. Again, Yosef's a tzaddik, so the tzaddikim don't decay in the grave. They look as if the day that you bury them, essentially. They'll be restored to their youthfulness. Everyone will be restored to their youthfulness. B'ezrat Hashem. Ve'elitem et atzmotai mizeh itchem. And you will lift up my bones from here, mizeh, and not mipo, mikan, kan, or here, whatever it is. Again, how specific the Torah is speaking. Itchem, and with you. Not imchem, but itchem, along with you. Vayisu mi Sukkot, and they lifted up and went out of Sukkot. So, yisu, what is the meaning of samech ayin? Simanim seba Torah, and the kaf bet that surrounds it. Mi Sukkot, Sukkot here is written without a vav as well. These things are so significant. But Sukkot is the name of the place because as soon as they left, Hashem surrounded Am Yisrael on all 6 sides with the Ananei HaKavod, as we'll read during the day. At night it was the fire that, I don't know if it meant that literally the fire under them or however it worked, or the modification, but the point is that is why we sit in a sukkah. We're covered on all 6 sides by Hashem. Hashem is surrounding and protecting us in the sukkah. And here that Hashem surrounded Am Yisrael so that nobody should peer into them. to give ayin hara, to give any evil eye or evil energy, and so that they're concealed from the eye, so that they could multiply and grow as a people. And the desert reserves acres, millions of acres on earth that nobody could use. Nobody could live there. It's impossible to live there. So when Hashem makes a desert, that whole area is essentially reserved for whatever Hashem wants. Nobody could live there at the moment. So it's just empty. It's a wasteland. It has room for everything. So only Hashem literally leading out these millions of people, covering with the cloud above from the sun and from the hail and from all sides, from any ayin hara, any snow, any sandstorms, any whatever it is, any animals. Well, the animals is even different. The 6 clouds that surrounded them is one thing. A cloud under them so that they don't walk on the hot sand. And the clouds before them, if it was 3, if it was 1, or whatever it was, I have to see the exact numbers. One would lift valleys, one would diminish mountains, one would destroy all of the snakes and scorpions in the desert. Truly the most amazing experience. Not only that, but then the sages teach us that inside, whenever Miriam's well, whenever they would dwell and encamp in a place, Miriam's well would fill the entire camp, that they would be arranged in their proper camps, the 3 camps on all 4 sides, and the Mishkan in the middle. But in order to get from one camp to the other, you would have to use a canoe, because of the fact that it was now water channels in between the entire place. So in the middle of a desert, God is creating this paradise everywhere that Am Yisrael goes and dwells and sits. Truly amazing things. This is the metadata, the filling in of this script that's written so concisely, without all the details, without everything. It's just written such shorthand. And that's why, again, you need the sages transmitting the entire Torahs. So Yosef is making them bring him up out of Mitzrayim. So they went from Sukkot, the first place where Hashem surrounded them on all sides. Like, that's why it was called Sukkot in plural. As like, right, Yaakov Avinu made also Sukkot for his flock. It's like alluding that Hashem is making these Sukkot and protection for all of Am Yisrael. It's like Honor Moshe Shapir says. In the name of the Gra, I think, or we'll see. Vayachanu be'etham, and they dwelled in a place called Etam. And this is where you could use the clipboard also to just break up the information. Be'etam is biktseh hamidbar, in the tip of the desert. Literally, they went from Sukkot and dwelled at the edge of the entire desert. So I don't know what that means exactly. Obviously, locations are difficult. Okay, and this is the verse that Unkilus, the convert, Ankilus or Unkilus or Akilas, if it's really truly the same individual. Unkilus, the convert, I think they're different, but anyway, Unkilus, the Roman convert, a praise to him from who he converted from, being the nephew of the Roman Caesar at the time. Titus, who destroyed the Beit HaMikdash, his nephew, Unkilus, his sister's son, Unkilus, and that's why that name is very Greek, Roman, converted. And this is one of the verses that he used to convert the battalions that were sent after him to bring him back, because he converted to the enemy, essentially. It's all recorded in the Talmud, and it's in the sources that will be available to download, B'ezrat Hashem. So, Va'adonai holech lifnehem yomam be'amud anan linchotam haderech ve'layla be'amud esh leha'ir lahem lalechet yomam wa'layla. Okay. And Hashem, the infinite being, holech, what does it mean? It's like walking before them. What does it mean? This, holech, we'll see the Targum, that is guiding them, again, with the Ananei Kavod, God's presence, that Hashem, Moshe is the most humble, imitating Hashem, who is the most humble of all, completely. Hashem doesn't begin the Torah with Hashem's name, right? Hashem acts so humbly. Few words are really said. But Hashem is the most humble being, of course, and we're trying to emulate Hashem's ways. Hashem appears only in the darkness, in the clouds, concealed in a way. Is not seen by anybody, does not want to be seen. And Hashem appears in like from the darkness. David HaMelech explains in Tehillim Yud-Chet, with Targum, of course. So Hashem's presence, we'll see, is guiding them, before them. Yomam, during the day, which is interesting. Yomam, why Yomam and not Yom? Be'amud Anan. Yomam is like all the days. And why Laila is always the same, it's singular. It's interesting why that is. The Laila be'amud Anan, because Laila, I guess, the day is where you do all the different things, and you have all these different experiences, phone calls, whatever it is, I guess. Nighttime is really the same kind of ritual, if you're fortunate to just come home and just relax and go to sleep, essentially, you know. So Laila, I guess, is the same thing every night, perhaps, I don't know. Be'amud esh, in a pillar of fire, leha'ir lahem. Okay. So in the day, in a pillar of cloud, also you see it says cloud in singular, as if God is like appearing in like a little cloud, you know, one cloud, you know, no, but like, ananei hakavod is always, the sages transmit, it's really in plural, we'll see the Targum as well. Be'amud esh, in a pillar of fire, not simply the one little pillar of fire, like the whole thing was surrounded by fire, like what people were seeing, I guess, for those 40 years, looking out, seeing these clouds, formations on earth, and then fire at night, or this light. Esh is borei me'orei ha'esh, all types of light. Light, esh is visually like a fire, warmth, but this energy. Leha'ir lahem, and at night to illuminate the entire dark desert, which is a truly amazing experience. If you've ever been to Israel and you go, and one of the programs, they bring you out to the desert. And this guide he just put us at different spots in the middle of the pitch black desert. Obviously, there's not a single anything in sight. Just the slight moonlight, I guess. Pitch black. You almost can't see anything. And you see the stars so clearly. It's truly an amazing thing. So yeah, at night you would need to have some kind of light, because it'd be impossible and terrifying to be out there in the wilderness, just not with especially wild animals, which is nighttime is when they come out to hunt. So at night with the pillar of fire, lalechet, in order so that they will be able to travel day and night. Lo yamish. Lo yamish is used by like Yoshua. Lo yamish mitoch ha'ohel of Moshe. He did not ever depart from the tent of the Torah study of Moshe. That's the same language. So that never, you see, the Torah has to say it once, and then you apply it everywhere else to save time, to save space, so I don't have to say the same thing 100,000 times. Lo yamish amud he'anan yomam, like it never went away. Every time, during this 40 years, the entire time, they're always essentially in heaven on earth. Like, right, if you imagine just in heaven, like the typical in movies, like people just sitting on clouds or in clouds, all these kinds of things. Maybe that could be used to describe this experience, not at all what truly heaven is, not anything like that. Much. Like, you can't even compare the beauty of the real thing to, obviously, this more like joking impression of what it is. So, amud he'anan yomam, in this pillar of cloud in the day, and again in singular, but obviously in a pillar, ve'amud. He'anan, interesting why Segol and here Patach. kamatz, komes, as it would be said, lifnei ha'am, before the nation. And why is it referred to as ha'am here, and not referred to as Am Yisrael, for example. So here is Sheni, we're almost there, for anyone, still watching. Okay. דבר אל בני ישראל, וישובו ויחנו לפני פי החירות, בין מגדול ובין הים, לפני בעל צפון, ניחוחו תחנו על הים. Wow, this is a very difficult verse. And the meaning to understand, not to... דבר אל בני ישראל, speak to the children of Israel. So this is לפני העם, this is before the nation. Then he says, דבר אל בני ישראל, וישובו ויחנו לפני פי החירות. The mouth of the chirot, the entrance of the chirot. Bein Migdol ubein hayam. Chirot, this place is between a place called Migdol and between the ocean, the sea. And Lifnei Baal Tzafon, it is facing or before this place, I guess, called Baal Tzafon. Nichocho Tachanu al Hayam. Nichocho, opposite it, Tachanu al Hayam, I guess, would be translated. We'll see more, in depth. Ve'amar Paro livnei Yisrael, and said Paro to the children of Israel, Nivuchim hem ba'aretz. How is he saying it to them? It should be like about them. Like is this, or did this conversation occur before? Amar is in the past. So does this flip it to the future? Yomar Paro livnei Yisrael nevuchim. No, I don't know how to properly read this right now. We'll see the Targum again. Even basic words like this, it's so significant. Imagine if you're speaking about a prophetic event, knowing what is in the past already and what is going to be in the future is a very significant thing. Vechizakti et lev Paro v'radaf aharehem ve'ikavda b'Paro v'chol chelo ve'yedu Mitzrayim ki ani Adonai ve'yasu chen. Paro said to Bnei Israel, or will say, we still don't know, Nevuchim hem ba'aretz. Nevuchim is like More Nevuchim, the guide to the perplexed or the confused. Nevuchim are they confused, they're lost. Nevuchim hem ba'aretz. They are very confused people leaving Egypt, which was compared to the Garden of Eden even, in a way. That's Kigan Hashem, like the Garden of God. Nivuchim hem ba'aretz, that they're going and they're confused people leaving a paradise and going out into a desert with nothing there. Literally nothing. Go and look what there's in a desert. Google Earth, what is in a desert, and you will see sand for millions of miles. Or however many, or whatever measurement. Bechizakti et lev Paro. Maybe is this Hashem filling in what Paro is saying to his people? Vechizakti et lev Paro, that sounds like Hashem speaking now. Ve'radaf acharehem, and he is going to then chase after them. Ve'ikabeda b'Paro, and I will honor Paro. I will make his presence ikabeda b'Paro b'chol chelo, and with all his army, with all his might, with all his wealth and chariots, everything that they used to fight for war, adorned in their finest gold and whatever they used to go and out and whatever. Vayedu Mitzrayim ki ani Adonai, and will know all of Mitzrayim, all the people in the matrix, all the earth will know that I am the infinite Hashem, generating the universe, creator, designer, creator, generator, sustainer of the entire universe, of everything and everything in it. And the video game is real, and we know in a video game anything goes. The makers can literally do whatever they want. So Hashem, the maker of this matrix, this video game, is in full control of every detail, of every blade of grass and every speck of dust and every microscopic cell and every tiniest atom and every void space or whatever that is. Hashem is in full control, called Hamakom, the place, as we say in the Haggadah of Pesach. Okay, Vayugad lemelech Mitzrayim, Vayasuchen. Right, Vayidu Mitzrayim ki ani Hashem Vayasuchen, and this is what they should do. Vayugad lamelech Mitzrayim, and it was told, God is giving over information they would not have. Vayugad lamelech Mitzrayim ki barach ha'am, that escaped ha'am, which is again, he gave away Bnei Israel. Is this speaking about what's called the Erev Rav? All of the people who sort of got it, who see that Hashem is real and they want to leave Mitzrayim as well. They want to get out of the matrix as well. Ki barach ha'am, because escaped this nation. Vayefach lev Paro ve'avadav el ha'am. And flipped the mind. Levav is like literally translated, maybe that's only modern Hebrew. Lev is the heart, but heart is the mind. This in all of your emotions and all of your focus and desires and everything. Lev is you and your will and your emotions, as Rabbi Kaplan Zatzal explains. Rabbi Victor Miller, Shlita Zecher Tzadikim Kedoshim Libracha, and Shlita Hashem Shmeim V'Yechayim, to all their families here today, Baruch Hashem. V'yefach levav Paro ve'avadav el ha'am, and flipped did the mind of Paro and the slaves to the nation. Vayomer ma zot asinu, what is this that we have done? Now to the Am, I guess the Am were their closer friends, perhaps, or whatever it is. I don't know if this is Am Yisrael. I was going to say these people. I don't know if that's an offensive term even. God forbid, these people. No. Am Yisrael, and preserve the Torah, which states how all humanity is one family. Literally, we're all one family, and we have to learn how to respect each other. That's the brothers getting along, as Rabbi Khan Shlita says, summing up all of Bereshith. Ve'avadav el ha'am. So if this is speaking about people who weren't born from Am Yisrael, but clearly see and are smart people, because they clearly see that Hashem is real, what just took place in Mitzrayim, and they want to leave as well and follow and go with God, essentially, go with Hashem. And so maybe Paro was more upset that now his closer friends left. Vayamru mazot asina, why did we send Bnei Israel me'avdenu? Why did we send these Am Yisrael from serving us and being slaves for us? Vayesor et richbo, and Paro gathered his personal chariot, and as soon as that happens, as soon as the king is saying, I am getting into my chariot, that essentially means the entire army and all of Egypt right now is leaving, possibly ahead of him, but everyone is leaving, and this is the whole country now. The leader is going, the whole country is now with him. The king here, because he's a king and not a dictator. That means a king by will of the people and not a dictator by force and oppression. It's like Rav Moshe Shapiro Zatzal explains in the Gra, in the Malbim, Rab Simcha Fader Zatzal and Shlita to the Rab's family via Sefer HaKarmel, Shlita, and in the name of the Malbim, Zatzal and Shlita to the Rab's entire family. So, Vaikach 600 rechev bachur v'chol rechev Mitzrayim v'shalishim al kulo. And so he took along with him 600 chariots. Bachur are the finest chariots. These were like, who knows, the ultimate gunships, essentially, or whatever it is. V'chol rechev Mitzrayim, and all of the chariots of Egypt along with them. 600 gunships all of the chariots and tanks that you could possibly have. Veshalishim al kulo, and 3 levels of generals over each one of those categories. I guess Shalishim is already, Shalosh is 3. It's already 3 levels of soldiers, like a general, the colonel, and the infantry, or whatever it is, the captain, and then the infantry. I don't know the ranks and what exactly are the ranks here. Vayachazek Adonai et lev Paro melech Mitzrayim. Again, the king of Mitzrayim, that he is the king, and because he's doing something and he's crowned by the will of the people love him. It's not at all a Moshe, a dictator. The people love Paro. They're all following him. Vayirdof, they in singular Vayirdof, because they are as one. And again, the name of Hashem is used here, not Shem Elokim. The name of mercy is being used here, but whatever it is, Vayirdof, and they were united. And so they chasing after Bnei Yisrael. Ubnei Yisrael yotzim biyad Rama. I remember the Targum here. We'll see it to not spoil it. Beresh Gelei. We'll see it Bezrat Hashem. Okay, so that is Sheni. And so, now we'll turn on the Targum. And Bezrat Hashem, we're going to line it up and to color code, perhaps at the same time. That you do not have to do this your first time going through it. And that's how I did it as well, is that you just simply line it up. Initially, I used to bold the words that were different, but then when I saw that there were too many different things going on in the Targum, I decided to implement the color. And then the color is based on Hagaon Rab Zamir Kohen Shlita, or just insensically as well, and easy to sort of understand why this color would be chosen for these kinds of things. So initially the color is pure blue water, like a pure translation, like pure blue water. This was still assuming that Aramaic is a different language entirely, which is not the case at all. It's in fact the same exact language, pretending to be a different language in a heavy accent and many other things and features. But as you could see, the same alphabet, it's the same nekudot. You could already read everything. You could already, assuming that the only base knowledge that you would need to know to begin to play is to just know how to read basic Hebrew and understand it. Biblical Hebrew, not modern Hebrew, which is easier even. Modern Hebrew is hard. It's like all these secular words transformed, written in, like long words and whatever, weird. Without real meanings, of course. The Torah words, the words of Tanakh, are extremely meaningful. So va'ishar, and here you can, highlight the samech, because the samech is circling. Visually, it is a circle. Circling et ha'am derech hamidbar yamasu, va'ashar Hashem yat ama orach midbara yama desuf. Orach, as opposed to derech. So we'll see. The hamushim is umizarzin. Mizarzin are like already ready. I guess we did say it like that they are ready to go. They have everything on them. They're walking sticks. They're obviously their shoes, like they're out the door. They're set and ready to get out of there. Alu b'nei Israel. Alu, the Targum is saliku. And it has the samech, because one of the things is that the kids teach us samech ayin is paired together in the alphabet, and twice even according to the Vilna Shas, and so basically, alu, if a word in the Torah has an ayin, the Targum word will have a samech a lot of times, and flipped, if the Torah word has a samech in the Targum, it will have an ayin. So just an amazing thing, again, the connection that we learn from the alphabet. Samech ayin go together. Another trick, mnemonic, samech ayin, is simanim aseh Torah v'kneota. Make all these symbols, tricks, mnemonics as you're learning Torah, and use the alphabet essentially. Look for the alphabet as the greatest tricks. to help you learn, obviously, God forbid, using that word to imply any negative things. Hamishim alu b'nei Yisrael me'eretz Mitzrayim. So they were already set up and ready and going up. You go up out of such a place from the land, me'eretz Mitzrayim, from the matrix, from the land of Egypt, or the matrix again, as we said. ויקח משה את עצמות יוסף עמו ועסיק Moshe. Wow, maybe where the word seek comes from. The sages say that while everybody is spending time gathering all their belongings and getting them on the carts or whatever it is, how to leave, Moshe is spending his time trying to seeking out the bones of Yosef. So asik. I have to confirm if that's accurate Targum vowelization according to the manuscript, the manuscript for the Torah that we have, Baruch Hashem, the most amazing Targum manuscript that will be available to download in the manuscript section on our site here. Go to Torah Books and click the manuscripts link. Okay, it'll be up there. It's not up there at the moment, in case anybody's watching this far and getting up to this point already. So asik also is to he'eleh. We just had the word la'alot, right? Seliku. Asik is he'elah, but here it's he took. So the Targum is teaching us that it had to be lifted up, it had to be elevated, and as the sages explain, from the depths of the Nile River, because they wanted to keep Am Yisrael there forever, because Yosef made them promise not to leave and go up to Eretz Yisrael without him, as we said, and so he had to find a way to lift the sarcophagus of Yosef. Ki hashbeya hishbiya. Ki oma'a omi. You owe me, maybe. Maybe. Is that owe me? Like literally. Ha'ama omei yat b'nei Yisrael. למאמר פקוד יפקוד אלוהים אתכם מדקר דחיר השם So here is midkar dechir, zechir. The dalet looks like a zayin, but slightly more extending to the left. So zahar, dachar, zachar. So dechir is lizkor, mizkar, zocher, elokim. And yifkod is bapeh. Zachor is bapeh, as the sages teach in the Midrash via aspaklaria.info. What an amazing site. Forgot how I found out about it or stumbled upon it. I forgot exactly how that went down, but whatever it is, whoever's involved with me finding it and whoever put it up there is truly amazing. Thank you. V'helitem et atzmotai mizeh. Right. Mitkar dachir Hashem yadhon. Hashem is going to remember you, meaning obviously not that Hashem doesn't remember and needs a reminder. Lazkir is going to say out loud, essentially, which is how Hashem affects creation, with words, with speech. All Hashem needs to do is say something. Say whatever Hashem wants to say. So mikaz, mikan. So what's the difference? Mizeh, mipo, mikan. And here is imchon. So what's the difference? Eitchem is just along with you. Yadchon, as seen over here. V'ha'elitem is v'taskun. Maybe again where task comes from. This is your task right now to get me out of here. Jarmai are the bones. So you can make it like that. You can make the white v'taskun yad jarmai mika. Vayis'u misukot unitalu, and they, again, netila has netilat yadayim. Netalu misukot. What's the difference between those words? So misukot here is written haser without that vav, and also haser here, but here in the Targum it is haser. Okay, we'll have to check and verify. Vayachanu ushiru be'etham, and they dwelled in a place called Etam. Bistar madbera, in the field, in the side of the midbar. Ushru is ve'ashrei, or like, what's the difference between vayachanu or yashvu, all these, vayaguru, all these words. Biktseh is bistar, and where my brother pointed out, the word star literally means side, like five-sided star. Star is a side, it's a point. Ktseh is the seeing tzat, just the edge of the whole thing. It's a so bistar madbera veHashem, and Hashem holech lifnehem. What does it mean? Hashem is going before them. Medabar is guiding them. Kodamehon, and not likdamehon, it's just kodamehon. Beyemama, so Targum includes the word bayom. Beyemam. Okay, I could change that after, but just highlighting it's yomam, not bayom, or whatever. We could do it like this as well. Again, colors is a later thing. I'm just trying to do it live so you get to see sort of the end results of how it could all look like. Here anan has to do with ayin and nun. Be'amuda de anana. Okay, ledabruth hon, to guide them with words. Ledaber, dibura are words. So how do you guide people? You tell them, you show them. Ledabruth hon be'orha, in order to guide them in their path in the day. Velayla be'amuda de'eshta, in a pillar. And amud, you could make the vav. The vav is a pillar, right? It just could support standing straight. De'eshta le'anhara, in order to illuminate. Lehon lemezal lalechet, the mezal biyimama, in order to go in the day, by yom ubalayla. So what's yomam again? And God forbid, like it could sound like a stupid, evil phrase in English, or making fun. God forbid. Again, God forbid that the right sounds should reach the kids first, with the right meanings, and not any taking sounds and corrupting them, and God forbid, all these kinds of things. So lemeza lalechet biyomam uvalayla, in order to illuminate for them. Amud he'anan, so lo yamish, lo ye'adeh is to remove, yasir, so the samach in the Torah. So what's the difference between yadeh, yamish here? Amuda, again, the pillar, you could make it k'tav ashurit, because it is a pillar, that is a pillar. Amuda de'anana, of the cloud. De'anana biyimama. Once again, biyimama and not beyom. Ve'af lo, which is interesting, and you have the aleph hiding here. Ve'af lo, and even not the pillar of fire at night. Why would you need to include that? And I have to see if that Targum, according to the most amazing manuscript that we have. So, ve'af lo amuda de'ishta, belelia, at night. So here you have the bet is added here. Belelia. Lifnei, and it's just kodam, not likdam. Kodam. Kodam Ama, the nation. Okay. So this is how it's looking already. Okay, and we're going to continue and Surat Hashem line up. Again, delete the prakim. Okay, so to save time, you could actually highlight and press Command F, right? Command F, and then add the Yud, and you could download the QWERTY keyboard. You could download the QWERTY keyboard. Okay. Should have did that at the start of the document, I guess. All right. Yeah, you could go to avachad.org as well. In the manuscript section on the bottom, there's going to be extra downloads, so you could download the Hebrew QWERTY keyboard as well. So, Vaydaber Hashem el Moshe lemor. One of the most used phrases, most amazing phrases in the Torah, as was said. Right, so Vaydaber, the Targum is umalel. You could, because it's speaking about a nice topic, you don't want to use the dark red, which is like a harsher, like uglier color, if you could say such a thing, than the pink here. So malel is milim, mi malel gvurot Hashem. Vaydaber Hashem, the speaking, the connection between two, and malel is to speak. Hashem el Moshe lemor, and Hashem spoke to Moshe, saying the following. Malel im bnei Israel. Daber here is speak. El is speak to. The Targum is make words and converse with. Im is with. Like not, I'm not speaking to you, I'm speaking with you. So bnei Israel, v'yashuvu, and they should return. And they will return right now to where they just left. I guess they... So the Targum is v'yeshuvun with the new... V'yeshuvun, sorry. V'yeshuvun with the extra nun over there. V'yishrun. Right? V'yahanu. V'yishrun. Yishrun. And they will dwell. Yishurun. Vayachanu. Vayishrun. Again, it's not kodam, it's likdam. Or not likdam, it's kodam. So kodam. Kodam pi hahiroth. Pum hiratha. Hiroth. Hero, I don't know where hero comes from. Bein migdol, but here, with a vav, these details, everything's so significant. Of course, the highest levels of Torah, every detail is calculated. Every single thing is significant. Ben migdal ben ayam, between, right? And bet is between. Bet is between. Okay, so. Okay. Likdam once again. Also, if you want, you can essentially, I'm pretty sure that just. That'll convert back, right? Yeah. Okay, so you could use that. You can use your notes as a copying clipboard as well, I guess. So Kodam Baal Tzifon, also written without a vav. See, using the manuscripts to check the Torah text, you would add the Siman Mesorah over certain words that are missing a vav, like the Siman Mesorah would usually appear saying that this word is not a typo. It appears specifically without this vav, without this yud, or with this vav, with this yud, maleh, chaser, and other kinds of things like that. Lekivle is, lekabel is to receive. It's like opposite it, facing it, ability to, close to it, that you could receive something. I don't know. Tishrun, right? Tahanu is Tishrun. Vayemar Paro, and this is in the future. Lebnei Israel is Al Bnei Israel. Al Bnei Israel. So he will say in the future. Right, so this does flip it to the future. That Yud flips it to the future. V'yemar Paro Al Yisrael. Nevuchim is Me'arbelin. They are mixed up and confused. Inun. Me'arbelin inun be'ara. Achad. The Targum of the word sagar is achad. Achaz, which is to grab hold of, like they're now closed off in the desert. They left, and now there's desert on all sides, and we're behind them, and the water's in front of them. Where are they going? There's probably a yud here in the manuscripts to write it full. Me'urbalin inun be'ara ahad alehon madbira. But until I check it, I'm not going to include it. I just usually never see it that, like, written without that yud over there, so. Vechizakti ve'atkef, right? Tokef. What is the difference between... Again, chizakti is in the past, flips it to the future. Ve'atkef et lev paro. Now Hashem is speaking. Again, so humble, not just... All of a sudden you have to understand that only Hashem could say this phrase, of course. Ve'chizakti et lev paro ve'radaf acharei. I'm going to strengthen his mind, his will, his resolve, and he's going to chase after you. Ve'radaf achareihem. Bathrehon. Vayirdof Bathrehon, after. Bathar, Vathar, after. Avatar. Ve'ikaveda, ve'ethyakar, befaro. Ve'ikaveda. So God will be honored. Befaro v'chol chelo. God's name will become even greater when Paro and all his army and the world sees what is happening, sees Paro fall to Hashem and all his army, that they are nothing compared to what Hashem obviously is, the creator of them and the entire universe and of everything, that how foolish it is to try to rebel against the infinite being, or why would that even be a thought on anybody's mind? God forbid. So Hashem will be honored, Hashem's name will be honored with the fact that Paro and all his army, his camp, Bifaro bechol mashir yatheh, I'm leaving it behind. A camp is where you leave some things behind, essentially, as if simanim aseh Torah v'kneota, or if that's the actual meaning of the word. So vayad'u, vayid'un. Yad'u is in the past, yid'un is in the future. They will know in the future. Are ana Hashem. I don't get it. They don't know already after what just happened in Egypt, or what just happened in Mitzrayim. Like, it seems strange to say it like that. They will experience, I don't know, they will, or this means that they will die, essentially. They will then know God, meaning they will die and see the fact that they don't just vanish, see that nothing like of that sort happens, see that you then begin to, what looks like to you, start to float up out of your body. You are a soul. I don't know if it's interesting if you saw the hands or how we're composed of, the spiritual makeup, but the body is like a custom fit mobile suit. You know, back in the days they like Gundam Wing, that you wear it perfectly. The Baal Shem Tov and the Hasidic masters via Rabbi Kaplan Zatzal says, you know, that comparing it to a glove, that the glove is like the body, the hand that then goes into the glove, or that wears the glove, is then like the soul, that only when you move your fingers the glove starts moving. The glove without the soul inside, the glove without the hand inside, the body without the soul inside is lifeless and can't move. And so the soul moves and everything, moves the body and everything like that, keeps it working and everything. But it's truly a miracle, everything. Moshe Shapiro Zatzal did say, like, life is essentially an open miracle. Vayidu Mitzrayim ki ani Hashem. I am Hashem, the infinite being, as this is the name of Hashem. When we say Hashem, we can't say this is the name. This is the name that signifies the word Yehi and the word Hoveh and the word Haya. Will be, is, and was at once, at the same time. Is the way that we're not allowed to pronounce Hashem's name, would be saying those three words at the same time, which is something that's impossible to do, but that is why Hashem's name is so unique. Even Hashem's name is unique. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh. Even your name, literally your name, referring to Hashem, is kadosh, and unique, separate, nothing else like it. V'yitchava lemalka de Mitzrayim, and it was said, and it was given, information was given over that he did not possess. Ki azal ha'am, because went the nation. So again, there might be this distinction for real. I have to see the Midrash this week, B'ezrat Hashem, on the meaning of these words. Like, is ha'am referring to the Erev Rav specifically and only and always, or is it also referring to the entire nation as a whole? We have to see what it means exactly. Vayitaper liba de Paro ve'abdoi le'ama. So el ha'am becomes one word, le'ama. What is the difference? Liba here is only one bet, two bets essentially an aleph, or an aleph is right bet and something else, and I'll give some spoilers here and everything like that. Vayitapech has the word kaf, has the word pei, has the word hey, the ot. Does have the word vav as well. Okay. Yeah. Because the pei is spelled pei hey. Hey is spelled hey yud, or pei is spelled pei yud. Again, different versions. Kaf is spelled kaf pei. So vav is spelled vav vav, or wow wow, and they're all here. So whatever that means right now, yud could then be said that it's hiding here. Yud as well is hiding here. I don't know. Vayomru ma zot asinu. And they said, what is this that we did? Ma da, in the feminine. You can highlight it as well. Mada, and then maybe that's, like mada begins with mada. What is this? Science, mada, with an ayin, knowledge or whatever, begins by saying mada. What is this? With an aleph, zot in Aramaic. Arei shlachani Hashem. Arei shlachani yat Yisrael. Because I have sent Yisrael me'ovdenu, from serving us. Vayesor et richbo. Once again, and that's what was said by Yosef when Yosef gathered his chariot. That was all the chariots of Egypt as well. The most powerful man in Egypt, Yosef. Paro is just the king because he sits on the throne. People like him too. That was the only difference between them. So vayesor et richbo be'et ameh dabar imeh. In his nation he took them. What do you mean? How do you take them? You put them in your pocket? No, but dabar with dibur, with the words, by telling, commanding. And takis, tekes in modern Hebrew even, is a flag. Like he got the armies, the flags, the different battalions, all these kinds of things. Vayat ameh dabar imo vayikah and udavar. So he took, and the Targum just took with words, commanding. What did he command? 600 shit me'ah. 600 retikin. Right, it flips it to plural. Retikin bechiran. 600 of the most choicest chariots. Army chariots, like 600 of the latest weapons, whether aircraft, some kind of crazy, whatever it was, tanks, the equivalent, 600 tanks, as well as like all of the different chariots and vehicles with whatever you would want to say. The shalishim, and what are shalishim? Jibarin. And the mightiest soldiers, that's what is now being transmitted. Shalishim here, not third in rank. I mean, they may be third in rank compared to Paro, Yosef, and then I guess the mightiest warriors if they're after that. And then the warriors that are Mimanan are appointed al kulhon, that are now appointed overseeing all of them. Vayechazek Hashem utakif Hashem, and strengthened did Hashem the mind of Paro, king of Egypt, king by will, as we said, via Hagan Ramosh Shpir Zal, via Rav Abraham Kalimi Shlita in Israel, via Reshit Yerushalayim, who told me about Kol HaLashon, and Rav Moshe Shavir, it's kolhalashon.org or .com, I forgot which one it was. V'takif Hashem, and strengthened did Hashem the mind of Paro, Melech de Mitzrayim, Malka de Mitzrayim, the king by will of Mitzrayim, Vayirdof Acharei Bnei Yisrael, and then all of them as one, because they love him, he's the king, meaning Melech, not a king, because in English the king is ruined by all these movies of a king who's actually a dictator that's not a king, a little paranoid guy with a crown sitting in a room chopping off heads and, not trusting anybody. That's a tyrant, dictator. God forbid, not at all a king. King is crowned by all the people, willfully. So, right, and that explains like why there's all these evil kings in Tanakh. Like as a little kid, you ask, if they're so evil, why don't we just get together and kill them? And so the answer is because the kings are crowned by the people. If the people are corrupt, they're going to elect a corrupt king who's going to just ensure that they continue to do whatever they want or whatever it is, and pass laws that they want and all these kinds of things. That's just the people choose it. So that explains all the evil kings. If the people do evil, then the king will be evil as they are. So Vayirdof, but they were all united as one. Vayirdof, singular, Acharei Bnei Yisrael. The whole army of Egypt is now chasing after Bnei Yisrael. Ubnei Yisrael, and Am Yisrael, Ubnei Yisrael, and the children of Yisrael. Not saying Ha'am here. Again, we have to really confirm if that's the actual difference. Yotzim biyad Ramah. Yotzim, the Targum here flips it to the past. Nafku is to go. Yatz'u. Nafkin Yetnafkul Biresh Galei. They are leaving with, like, their head is exposed. What does that mean? Yad Ramah is literally like a hand that is lifted up. A hand, beyad, translating how it is translated. I don't know if that's even a correct translation. Whatever, how it's translated in the world. Biyad is like with a hand that is like Ramah, mighty, like above and beyond, extended. The Targum is Reish for Yad is Reish, which is a head, a Rosh. So with a head, Galeh, that is exposed. What does that mean now? I don't know what this phraseology even means right now. Okay, but we got up to the Aliyah Sheni. This was a very long one, and obviously some tangents just to get some points off. And so anybody listening as the podcast format also can, have benefit and learn some things or share some ideas and comment and everything. And so if you have any questions, please message us. In the app, you have the option to have the Facebook chat that you can contact us and turn it off, obviously. And yes, thank you so much, Kol Tuv, and keep learning, and in a few sessions you will already speak Aramaic. Kol Tuv.